Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Highlight Interviews. Today, I have a very special guest called Anum Saleem. She currently is the virtual assistant for the renowned coaching group Agency Lab, led by Joel Kaplan. So pretty much, you could say she's Joel VA, correct? One of Joel's VAs. However, the reason why I'm inviting her to this video today is because she's much more than a virtual assistant. She has leveled up so much in the last few months. She's, you could say, more of an executive assistant. And in this call, in this interview today, we're going to be covering many points on how you can provide more value as a virtual assistant, which in turn is going to lead you to make more money as a virtual assistant and level up your skills. So welcome, Anum. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. Tell us just a little bit of who you are, how do you find about the job, and how do you start working for Joel at Agency Lab?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would like to thank you, Favor team. Like, you people have played a major role in finding this job. Like, obviously, when you're sitting in any other country, it's a big task to find a job in a good country or established country. So I've started as a VA, as you know. But if we talk about applying a job, I directly, as like many people, I have reached to Favor team through Facebook, one of your team member. So she sent me an application link, and I filled that application properly with a video and all the requirements, obviously the mandatory requirements. So I have added all my certifications and skills and everything that was required. And within the same day, I got good news that my application is approved. So that was a good thing. And after that, I was connected with you. And I remember within hours, you helped me to you have conducted my interview with Agency Lab within hours. So, within those 3, 4, or you can say 5 to 6 hours, I got that job. My interview was conducted on time, and the interview was great. But as I would like to repeat that, because you people know the skills of a person, so you connect the same person with the company who's requiring that type of person. So my interview was conducted good, and I got a job in Agency Lab. That's the background how I got the job.
That's amazing. And what were you doing before this job?
Okay, so even during the job, like when I got that job, like you can say 1 or 2 months after joining the Agency Lab, I was doing the same job. Like I was continuing that job because I was not sure that how this job will go, for a security point of view. So my degrees in computer sciences, I've done master's in computer sciences. So I'm working as a senior computing teacher in one of the international school system here for Bell's International School. So that was my good job. I was enjoying that. But teaching profession is also tiring. You have a lot of responsibilities. And again, the income is the major reason because everyone wants to level up and they want to earn money more and more by providing the skills. So I tried finding the jobs online, and then I connected with you. So teaching was my previous profession. And when I was hired here, so I was hired as part-time VA, right? So I was doing the teaching as well as this VA tasks. But the situation...
So just to clarify, you had a full-time job in your time zone, you're in Pakistan,
yes,
correct?
In my Pakistan, Islamabad, in my city, like it's a capital of Pakistan.
Right. So you work there in person, right?
Yes, right. That was a proper job, like 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. So when I come home, I like 3-4 hours rest, and then at night I was working I was doing my remote job. But obviously, you work for a long time. Like it's not possible, it's very tiring, and you cannot give your best to any of the employer. So having your foot in 2 organizations is challenging. So then when I got a value from this company, then I resigned from my full-time job after I think 2 months of remote job. Yeah.
Okay. And were you immediately promoted to full-time, or How did that work?
Yeah, I would like to share, like, once I started, I was working like 3 to 4 hours a day, right? And after you can say, like, within the same month, I was trying to do some new tasks. So I did some copywriting stuff. I wrote like 8 to 9 copywriting posts, like lengthy, proper posts, and they were appreciated. So then next month I was doing the same thing because I was working with one of the, you can say, closer of that company. Okay. So in the third month, I was shifted to proper salary because they were seeing that I'm always active. I'm proactive on the communication side. I'm doing my tasks on time. So they said, we're shifting you to proper salary. So no hourly based work and all that stuff. But I changed my schedule. I changed my routine when I resigned from this job of teaching. Then I changed my routine. Like now I'm up at US hours and I sleep at my morning time or daytime.
Okay, so I understand that you quickly went from doing repetitive tasks to doing higher value tasks. So how did that process work? Can you tell more about that?
Yeah, sure. So when I started, I was doing the repetitive tasks. You are that's handling with VAs, so the simple tasks that a VA is supposed to do. So when you are initially hired as a VA, your job is to handle the 2-step posts or reply to comments on Facebook posts, or you can say handling the DMs, but sending the same message to everyone. That's something not that like makes you happy. Sometimes you get annoyed, like what I'm doing, I'm doing the copy paste stuff and all that stuff. So that, like, if you are able to learn and if you know your value, you should do something else. And if your company is like supporting you, so that's what happened with me. Like the company was very supportive. What they say take ownership. For example, now currently I'm handling a profile of CEO, so I'm not supposed to ask for every single thing that what should I do, or if I'll do this, or what will happen and all that stuff, So they gave me the ownership. That's where you get confidence. Like you're not going to do something wrong and all that stuff. So your question was how I changed my tasks. So basically, I was doing the Facebook outreach and all that stuff. That was repetitive. I thought I should provide some qualitative work. And then I connected with 2-3 team members. Like one of my great team member, I'd like to mention his name as well, Austin. Like he taught me everything. Like, if you're working in a good environment, everybody's available for you to teach you some new things. So he talked to Joel, he said, Anum can do this and all that stuff. So what happened is we worked on different strategies. We made different strategies to like how we can do DM appointment setting and all that stuff. So then I switched from like VA normal tasks to appointment settings. So, when you're setting appointment, that's a different job. And obviously if you're a VA, your salary or your income is different. If you're appointment setter, your salary is different. So that was my, like you can say, level up example number 1. Then after that, what happened is like, I would like to say that I believe on this thing that you should not be an average person. Like if you have skills, if you're educated, you should try to learn something new. Or if you already have those skills, try to utilize those skills, right? So what happened in my situation, like when your employer look at you and when they see that you're providing value to the company, or you're trustworthy, or you're doing tasks efficiently, they give you more work. So now currently I'm working on the data projects of sales team, and we'll be launching the marketing team as well. So in the future, maybe within days, 2-3 days. So that's what I'm also doing right now. And that's it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you propose to do the appointment setting, or did they ask you to level up and do the appointment setting? How did that work? Because a lot of VAs have ideas, but they think they think they are not in a place to propose changes. They are not in a place to make recommendations. So how do you volunteer to do the appointment setting and then say, okay, let's see how this works, or did they tell you?
Okay, I'll tell you the whole detail. I think that would be beneficial for everyone, for VAs as well as for the companies also. So what was happening is, as a VA, I was supposed to connect or maybe I was supposed to get the phone number of the person who is interested in our program, or I was supposed to connect that person through Facebook Messenger or maybe Instagram Messenger to one of our appointment phone setter or maybe closer, right? So I have noticed at that time that I'm bringing so much money to the value, like the people I'm forwarding to someone, we are closing them, right? So I am obviously, if I'm active, if I'm vigilant, that's why they're going to appointment setters, and that's why they're moving forward to closers, and then we are closing the deals. So I thought, why I should not be a part of this game properly, right? So I discussed this with one of my team member, as well as the team also wanted this. So it was a mutual, you can say, decision, right? Because they also proposed it and I also wanted it. So we had a meeting, and one of my team member, like with whom I was working directly, he told the CEO that she can do, like she's doing amazing. So why not give your profile to her, and why not move to the appointment setting properly? So then we made a proper strategy, and obviously, because the profile of a public figure is different from the other person's profile. So if you are handling the profile of your CEO or COO of the company, then obviously you will be getting leads, right? And if the person who's handling those profiles is not active or is not vigilant and does not know the whole value, so he or she will not be adding value to him, like his own personal life, his income, as well as companies, right? So that's what that was a kind of mutual idea. And we implemented that, and because we are tracking the data on the daily basis, so now we can see that how many leads are coming through profiles of public figures. So that's a good point. If a company will understand, they can work on this as well.
Okay, do you know appointment setting already? Did they train you? Do you have to watch videos or a course? How does that work? Because a lot of VAs think, they can do their job forever. And they forget to level up in their free time or to learn new skills, right? So how was that process for you?
That's a great question. So what happened is, at that time, I have not done appointment setting. As I told you, my job was totally of different nature. So when I was doing a VA job, that is another level. And if you're doing appointment setting, that is a different level. So they trained me. They had the way you people played a major role in finding a job. They also played a major role in my change, my level up condition. So there was that was their I will give credit to them also, because they trained me. They made a proper strategy. And another thing I would like to share with every single VA, that VA job is not to, if you're a VA who is copy and pasting the stuff, and if you're a VA who is doing the repetitive tasks, and if you're a VA who needs a guideline for doing every single small task, then you will be on the same position for sure. If you are a VA who want to level up, who want to increase his or her income, who want to, provide value to the company, in short, then you have to think from your mind, and you have to properly, adapt that culture of the company. So what I did is, that's where I can relate my success, because I closed I closed a deal also through DMs. So that was achievement for me, right? So I would like to mention that if you understand the culture or the way of talking, that will help you to even close deals through DMs, because people don't like the ones who want to sell their product or course, etc., right? So if you are handling DMs, if you're sending a message to a person, you're not supposed to write a formatted stuff and all that, like if you write a long paragraph and very well formatted, it will obviously show the other person that you're obviously trying to sell something or making an impression and all that stuff. So what I did is I checked the previous chats of my CEO, right? How he talked to person, like how he is sending messages, what's his language style and all that stuff. That helped me to close the deal, because the other person was thinking that I'm talking to the CEO, right? So so that was achievement for me as well. So basically, if you are a VA, you have to understand that culture. You have to talk to the other person as like the way we normally talk to each other, the way we are right now talking to each other, right? So if they will write a copyrights, if they will do copy paste stuff, obviously that will not help them to level up for sure. So if you want to change your level, or if you want to, maybe you can say do something better or provide a value to the company, you have to be very real. Like you have to show yourself as a real person. So that would be good if you will send proper, like if you will follow the pattern of the person, or maybe if you will understand the culture of the company. That is.
Yeah, those are amazing tips, Anum. And I'm gonna repeat this part that you say. If you don't think by your own and you just copy and paste things, you're always gonna be stuck in the same job. Correct?
Yes, correct. Exactly. Yeah. And I hope you will agree with me, because nobody, like if you're doing a copy paste stuff, what is your value? If a company needs another VA, or if they want to remove you, they can easily remove you because you're not doing anything extra or anything special, right? So if you're writing the same thing another person can do, or third or fourth person can do, so why they should keep you in their company? So that's a major point, that you have to bring uniqueness in your work that will help you as well as your company.
And this is very important, because I know that you constantly level up, you learn new things. So do you do that on your free time? Do you do that as part, or does your employer tell you, okay, like allot some hours of your day to go through this course? How does that work? Because this is very important for virtual assistants.
If I've understood correctly, you are asking that this whole stuff was taught to me, like they asked me to do some course and learn something, or I did it myself, right?
Right.
This is the question. Okay. So I think I myself have done this because I know maybe it's my nature, because okay, let me tell you my situation. I was hired as a VA. I was doing the same repetitive tasks. I conducted a meeting with one of the, you can say, head of department. I told that lady that I want to level up. Look, this is my degree. These are my skills. These are my certifications. So I believe I'm not, maybe let's be direct, I'm not earning as much as I should be. And I know that I can provide more value to the company. After that meeting, I would like to mention over here, like they always give a bonus by every weekend. Like on Friday's meeting, they select a team member of the week, right? So with this action, they gave that team member award to me, because they were very happy that I have shared all this with them. Because if you're sitting far away from your colleagues and company, they don't know what your skills are. So this is where you are supposed to take an action. Like if I will not tell you, Christian, these are my skills. So, or for example, if the application Feva sent me, if I have not added all the certifications and my expertise in that, I'm sure you people were not able to select me at that time, because you're not seeing any separate or any special or any unique skill in myself. So why should you, let's be straightforward, why should you hire a person of Islamabad to US company, right? So I'm not saying about my city, but obviously there's a difference between every country and all that stuff. So you have hired me because I have entered all my certifications and qualification and all that stuff. So similarly with after getting my job, I have conducted meeting myself. I have requested them, I booked on their calendar properly official meeting. And I told them that, look, these are my skills, so how can I level up? Then I talked to them, then they forwarded to, even the environment is so good that if you want to talk to CEO, you can directly. So that's what we did. I talked to Joel, right? So they are amazing people, the whole team, like even every single person, they're ready to support you. So he said, okay, you can go ahead, take ownership and let's do it. And then within days, I started appointment setting. We were closing deals. So appointment setting doesn't mean that you're supposed to set an appointment, then forget about it. My basic, you can say, achievement is that I always follow up. Like I'm on top of follow up. So that's where I'm bringing value to my income as well as to company also, whatever my role is, because I follow up every single time. See, if I've connected a person with a closer and the chat was buried in the DMs, because in this field, in the field of this remote work and marketing agencies, there are a lot of DMs, right? That's what is happening with you as well. So you have to be very active. So what I did is I was on top of follow-up. So I go back to that chat and I ask that person, were you able to connect and all that stuff? So that makes you a good appointment setter.
Great. And may I ask, who was this lady? Was it a lady at your company or someone that?
Oh yeah, that's Jasmine. I would like to mention her name.
Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine.
Jasmine is the one, because they said you can arrange a meeting with anyone, because I was thinking it will be good, because at that time, this like Joel and Sergio and these people are way busy. Even Jasmine is also a very busy person. She's crushing it, obviously. But I thought I should, she asked me why you have conducted a meeting with me, because I thought the way she is amazing. She's doing a great job. She's adding a lot of value to the company. And when I shared with her, she took an action at the same time. So.
Right. And also I know that you have a master in computer science, right?
Right. Yeah, right.
So that skill at some point, do you apply? Because, in the agency business, there's a lot of systems, Go High Level, Zapier.
Yes.
So are you currently involved in anything of the operations part, or have you proposed to be there?
Okay, so what happened is I would be very straightforward. I proposed them about that as well. They were very happy when they heard about my degree, right? So what happened is currently what I'm doing is I'm attending their meetings, the Wizards meetings on daily basis, because I want to get an idea of whole system, right? So they're not stopping me to do that even as well. So they're welcoming me for every department. It depends on human also, the work you can do as much as you can do. I'm not doing any other job at the moment. So my whole job is for agency lab. So what I did is our visits expert, Aaron, he's an amazing teacher. So what happens is I always connect with him. He also gave me some minor tasks, because if you're a computer person, then they are not, the other person is not supposed to teach you basics, because you already have an idea, the programming stuff, some back-end stuff. So they're not supposed to guide you from step number one. So I connected with him. I did some automation stuff, some minor tasks, not major tasks at the moment. And I'm looking forward to provide more value to the company. So maybe at some point I will do that as well. But currently I'm not leaving this because, over here at this position, the person who is active, who is they also require a good appointment setter. So they can't say this to me that you can switch properly to visit team at the moment, right? So that's a possibility that I can do both the tasks because I'm not doing any other job. So maybe I can spend 2-3 hours for that software work or maybe technical work.
Okay, so can you tell me in just a few sentences, how do you increase your income as a virtual assistant? I know you add a lot of value, but how did that look like? Because some employers keep their virtual assistant no matter what at the same. So did you negotiate? Did you ask for it? Did it just come? Tell me some more about it.
Okay, so when I was hired as a VA, that was obviously what contract was about. If for example you are a VA, you got hired for particular hours, they give you tasks. Obviously, they will not give you extra tasks because your commitment is for those particular hours, right? So I think this is my belief that as a VA, it's your responsibility to take step number 1. First step is always difficult. Sometimes you think that, oh, you are a VA, but you can't talk to everyone or something like that. But the company where I am working, the environment is so good. Seriously, I will be very straightforward with you. Every single person can talk to CEO, COO, and so there's no two ways about it. So this is your responsibility. This is the responsibility of VA to tell them that these are your skills. How can they understand? Like, how can they know your skills if you will not tell them? That's very obvious thing. You're sitting far away from them. This is a remote job. So this is your responsibility to take an action and tell them that you can do more. Then see what's their reaction is. In my case, if I took first step, they took the further 5 steps for my development, right? But that first step was obviously I was supposed to inform them. How can they know without information that I have all these skills? So in my opinion, it's your job to take step number 1. Tell them that these are your skills. Maybe when you were hired for copy-paste stuff and all that stuff. So tell them your skills and then wait for the response. Yeah, and if the company, obviously you people have amazing companies. So if the VA is through your company, like if you have assigned them a job, I'm 110% sure the company will also be amazing. They will help the particular VA to level up for sure.
Okay, and once you're doing the job, how can you demonstrate your value so that you can justify an increase or a promotion?
For example, if you're working, can you please repeat your question?
Yeah, so once you get to do higher value tasks, higher level tasks, how do you demonstrate the value of your work? Because we talked about value, that you can justify either a raise or a promotion.
Yes, I got you. Okay, so for example, you're doing different tasks and you're leveling up and you're doing multiple other tasks. Number 1 thing is that you have to, it's not about work. Like when you're working, don't take it as a work and don't take it as a job. Try to enjoy it and do it with all your heart. That's where you will see the output. If you think that, appointment setting is my job, a person will send a message. Or for example, let's talk about DM setting. So a person will send a message, I'll send a calendar link and I'm done with all that. So what if you will talk to that person? Maybe you will be sending 5, 6, 7 separate messages to that person, but that will help you. For example, if you're sending a message from CEO's profile, why you should not say that keep me updated or let me know how it goes and all that stuff, right? So that will add a value to your work. So I think if you're doing this type of work, for example, or if you're doing other tasks, or if you propose to do new tasks, try to add uniqueness in your work. That will help you to increase your income. Because again, I would like to repeat that if you're doing the same tasks any other single person can do or another person can do, then you are not adding a value or then you're not special for anyone, obviously. So try to work on uniqueness, how you can provide uniqueness to your work and uniqueness in positive terms, in terms of betterment of that company. And you can do justice because you know your, I forgot the last part. You know the timings you're giving to the company. So, and be straightforward. For example, if you cannot do like the work is beyond the limit, then tell them that it's beyond the limit. Because, but I'm sure nobody will give you the extra task.
Okay, Anum. So finally, and before we end, what are 5 tips? If you can give 5, give 4. If you can give 4, give 3. But I know you can give 5. So most important things you can give to a virtual assistant who is just starting. They don't know kind of what to do. What results are they supposed to provide? Because we have the issue that a lot of VAs, they are pretty much robots. Like robots, they don't know how to think. So they get fired sometimes on the first week for not doing their job well. But some people get fired for very stupid reasons, like not showing up on day 1. And I can't believe it.
Yes.
And you believe it, like some people get fired because they don't show up on their first day of work or on their first week of work, or they show up late every day. So give us
or they're taking vacations again and again.
Yeah. So give us your most important 5 tips.
Okay, perfect. That's amazing question. So number 1 is take ownership. Okay. So you are supposed to take ownership and tell them what skills you have. That's the main important thing if you don't want to do a robot tasks. Okay. Because I agree with you, a lot of VA job is to, like, currently you cannot call me VA in terms of work. You can call me DM manager, or you can call me executive assistant, because I was hired as a VA. As I told you, I was working works as I was doing those tasks that a VA is supposed to do, but now I'm doing different kind of tasks. And that's where you can level up. Second is service, provide service. You have hours. If you are hired for 4 hours, what if you will spend 5 hours? It's not a big deal if it depends on your future. Okay. So service is another key I would like to recommend to every single VA. Like at start, I spent a lot of hours. That's where I made my impression. I'm not saying they gave me a lot of tasks. I myself have spent, with my wish, I have spent extra hours just to provide service. Okay. Third one I would like to say is, maybe you can say family. The environment or the organization where you're working, it's not only job. So if you see there's a person or maybe another VA or maybe another senior team member of your company, he or she needs a sudden help. Maybe it's not your task to do those work, or maybe it's not related to your job, but you can step forward and say, I can do this. Like that's what I always do. If in the Slack, someone says I need a little help with this task, or the tasks is obviously simple, and as my background is related to computer, I always try to do those tasks if they have family emergency or something like that. So family is the third tip. And and focus on quality of your work, not quantity. If you are a VA, think what you are doing. Why are you repeating the same task? And lastly, I would say, lastly is, be honest. That's the major thing a VA should be doing. Honesty is the key of your success. If you're a VA, if you're hired for particular hours, honestly spend those hours. Your honesty will give you obviously reward. So honesty is the best key that should be followed by a VA. Every single time you should be honest. Don't even lie for a single. If you have done a mistake, tell them that you have done this blunder. Everyone is a human and everyone can do mistakes. So that's not a big deal. I did a lot of mistakes, but my company was standing with me. Every single person, they said, okay, nothing, we will handle it and all that stuff. So you should be very honest. And lastly, I would like to say a big thank you to Peva team, because of you people, I was able to get an amazing job. Seriously, if I would have tried myself, maybe it was impossible. Because, in this world of remote jobs and all that stuff, no one is available to help you like the way you people are helping. So that's a big thank you.
And there is no cost for the applicant. That's something that we
stress. That's amazing. Exactly. Whenever, like before FEVA, I was obviously applying for remote jobs. Everyone tries. So when I was applying, there's some kind of cost for sure. So they say send this particular amount and then we will consider your application. And that's also not sure that after spending that amount, your application will be approved or not. So that's the amazing thing, that you people are not even asking for the cost. And your criteria is also amazing. Like you are trying your best to find best virtual assistant. Then again, it's every virtual assistant's responsibility that how that particular VA is representing him or herself, as well as FEVA team, as well as the other company where he or she is employed.
Okay, Anum. So that's it for today, because I have to unfortunately do something else, and I know you're extremely busy too.
Sure.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So we have
thank you so much.
We have wrapped up this interview with those 5 tips, and I'm gonna be sharing this in my YouTube channel very soon. So everybody, stay tuned for any more tips on VAs. You know where to find me. Just subscribe to this channel. In my YouTube channel, you're going to find it. Thanks, Anum, for your time again.
Thank you. Bye.